What's up, YouTube? Today, we're going to have a conversation. This conversation is going to be something that's very, very interesting that I think that you all would want to hear. As time progresses, as time moves on, and you get your very first job, um, it's you versus the world. You as an individual versus the world. And you need to find your step, your first job, when you're going to go to school. If you're going to college, are you going to technical school? What are you going to do with your life? You got some very growing up decisions to make at such a young age. But at this point in your life, you haven't experienced anything. So, how can you consciously make the right decisions? Family pointing you in the right way? You have to discover you as a person. You got to figure out what is it that makes you tick as a individual. Some people at a younger age know what they want to do. They know what they want to do when they get older. Some people they get flabbergasted and they get caught up in the system and they realize, damn, that went back quick. You went from being 18, 17, fresh out of high school, living at home with mama and daddy, and now you have absolutely like no idea what you want. You're already 25. It's never too late to go back to school. Don't get me wrong, but when you do it when you're younger, it's usually better. Now, I'm not going to sit back here and make a video about people and how you should go to school and you should get an education and you should do this and you should do that. Life is about choices. Life is about consequences. If you fail at something, it doesn't mean it's always bad. You learn from it. You take that loss and you suck it up, buttercup, and you keep pushing. Push for more. And today we have so much stuff at our arsenal that they didn't have back in the day. You know, we have smartphones, we have our computers, we have the internet, we have Google, we have all these Facebook, we have all these programs and apps and softwares that we can use to easily find a job. Now, you may not, if you're not good with computers or stuff like that, it's fine. I mean, it's not hard to push a power button and turn it on. If you can turn on a TV, you can turn on a computer. All right? So, the thing is you have to want to learn if you want to progress. You don't want to go to a job flipping burgers for the rest of your life. You don't want to waitress at a job for the rest of your life. If you are going to school and you're doing that, that's fine because you're paying you're either paying your way through college or you're keeping yourself above float until you can get through it and get to do what you really want to do for a living. Okay? But the thing is life is weird. When I was growing up, I was taught not to mess with credit cards, but I went to rent a car the other day, and they said no, you gotta have a credit card to rent a car. So I was like, what? Like, so you gotta remember that everything you do, everything you say, can affect your decisions in life and what you choose to move forward with. Now, the thing is a job. Okay, let's say you go to a job. Let's say you don't want to do the college thing, which is fine. You don't have to if you don't want to. Or technical school. Let's say you want to do that instead. Um, but let's say you go to a job and you're on this job for 3 years and you start out at $9 an hour, just for an example. You're there for 3 years. 3 years pass. Now you're making $9.75. You got a 25-cent raise every single year. Okay, that is terrible. But did you know that if you left that job, if you departed from that job after getting that 3 years experience and you go somewhere else, you're probably going to make a lot more than what you made at that job. They'll probably end up paying you way more than $9.75, probably $12, $14, $13, $14 an hour, depending on what you do. So it's called experience. They recognize you have the experience. You take that experience and you use it to progress yourself professionally. Now, but if you look at it from another angle, you're jumping jobs and you're building your resume. Now, people are going to look at that as well. That's also a bad light, because if you go to an employer and you show them your resume and they see you have 15 jobs on there, which you don't put 15 jobs on there, you put at least 3 to 5, okay? And when you go to an employer, they see that if you have 15 jobs on there, that's a bad light on you. You don't want to have. When I started in maintenance, I'm a maintenance guy. When I started in maintenance, I was washing dishes for a nursing home when the maintenance director approached me. I knew maintenance stuff, but I just never really had the drive to want to jump into it until I realized how much they make. Because I was still living at home when the shit. No, I wasn't living at home. I got my first place. Yeah. So I was working 2 jobs. I was going in at 5 a.m., getting off 8 o'clock at night, working 2 jobs, working in 2 different dietaries and 2 different nursing homes. So when this happened to me, and when he approached me with this job, I went from $9.70 an hour to $14.28 an hour, just like that. And I got to quit one job, work one job. I worked 7 to 3:30 every day, and got off on the weekends. I was on call, but still, that's nothing. So I easily progressed to myself, just like that. Just a simple step in the same company. I didn't lose any money. I gained a lot of money, and life was good. I mean, it was great. It was phenomenal. I was ecstatic that I had a decent paying job. I was at that job for like 8 years. I moved on. Now I'm making a lot more money than I was making from there, because I've jumped. Or I didn't jump. Some jobs I didn't want to. I didn't leave intentionally. It's just the way the job worked out. Like, for example, Cisco, COVID-19 happened, and I was there, here, to there, to there, and I just jumped up in pay everywhere I went, because I built experience. I had the experience to back up my pay what I wanted. So here we are today. My buddy of mine told me, he says, "You are so lucky when it comes to jobs." I said, "It's nothing to do with luck." And I'm going to share with you guys what I do to how I find work. If I were to leave my job today, I would have another job lined up within a week, maybe sooner, depending on how many people are out there looking. So I'm going to share it with you real quick. There is a website called Indeed, Career Builder, and Monster. These are the 3 big job hunting websites that I use. Okay, first of all, you got to build a resume. You have to have a resume. If you're looking for a job where you have to put effort into it, you need to actually, excuse me, you have to actually be spontaneously like, "Hey, hire me here. Don't hire me instead. Don't hire this guy. Hire me." You gotta let them know that you mean something. And when you put an application in, and then a couple days pass, you call them up and say, "Yo, my name is so and so. I'm looking to check on the SAS map." You call their asses back. Don't just put an app in and then not worry about it. Go call them back, harass them, let them know you want to work. You want to make the money. And, and never be scared to ask what you're worth. I learned that recently too. A buddy of mine, he told me what I was worth. I about fell off my chair. I was like, "You really think I'm worth that much?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Wow." I said, I never thought. But the more I look at the maintenance market, I realize, wow, okay, there ain't that many guys out here no maintenance. So maybe I am worth that much. So don't be scared to admit what you're worth, but don't be scared to take like 50 cents, 75 cents less than what you normally do. So what I do is I sign up for Indeed, Career Builder, and Monster. 3 apps I put on my phone, and I sign up for them. I put my resume across all 3, and then I set it up to where they can contact me, and I can get notifications like all the time, like about jobs being available. And so it'll be like, so and so's hiring for this, they're hiring for that, and then they'll send you messages. You'll get notifications on your phone. You'll have a job before you know it. There's a system there. You gotta learn how to use the system. Walking in the front door of the industry of the business is not the way to do it anymore. You have to use the internet as your arsenal. Do that, and it will work for you. Okay, it's not bad. I've worked with a lot of different maintenance men. I've learned a bunch of. Oh my god, you cannot be afraid to learn. Do not be the stereotype that says I don't need to know that. If you work with an older individual that's been in the industry for a while, no matter what industry it is, and they're trying to teach you ways, pay attention to them. Be aware of what they're trying to teach you, because they're learning the secrets and the trades before you are. They were there before you, so they know the easiest way to get something done. It's that simple. It's not hard. Getting a job today is cakewalk. I don't understand why people are struggling at it. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a barrier. There's a barrier that you have to learn how to cross over in the workforce. Because this wall that's like literally holding you back. You're over here, and there is a group of people over here on this other side of the wall that are basically not letting you come aboard. They're not letting you cross over. And I said, no, we don't want you. No, we don't want you. They're going to try to hold you down. They're going to try to suppress you and keep you from progressing in life. And people like that suck. I'm sorry. They do. And you can tell if a person knows their knowledge, that they know what they're talking about, because like my old boss Rusty, okay, he has a YouTube channel on here called Be Easy. He is building go-karts. He's taking his go-karts apart, or he got some go-karts. He's basically taking the engines, taking them apart, and he's putting it all back together. How do you think he learned that? You think he just learned that shit overnight? I don't think so. No, that's years of experience. And if his boys ever want to learn that, I'm sure he would tear it all apart and do it again. So it's the learning experience, the knowledge, because this generation coming up, it really scares me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's enough kids wanting to learn about how things work, like how things operate and progress and all that stuff. So you should really take the time. Sit down, and you really should figure out what you want in life. You need to remember this. Okay, what really drove me is I knew my parents weren't going to live forever. I knew my parents one day they will be leaving me, and they will be passing away, and that sucks. I hate talking like that, but it's true. And they want me to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, and I am. And I want my kids to be able to stand on their own 2 feet without me one day. And I want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet without your parents one day. And I don't want you giving up just because you get fired from a job or you choose to quit it. Don't ever quit a job, okay? Don't quit. I don't care how much you hate it. If there's a reason to quit, like the boss is an ass. Excuse me. Like the boss, like he's doing some inappropriate stuff, or he's harassing you, or just being a flat out dick. It's a different story. But quitting burning you a bridge can really make employers not look at you right, and you don't want that. Trust me. It's interesting because it's hard to give advice when it comes to this kind of stuff, because today's generation, they can make money off Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff, and I'm trying to dip my feet in everything. My resume is huge. Okay, I've got computer repair, I've got automotive repair, I can do carpentry, plumbing, electrical, drywall. God, I can do so much. Soldering, I can repair consoles, I can repair phones, I can do so much. I've learned so much in so little time. It's insane, because anytime I see, like, here at my job, that's where I'm at right now because I'm on my lunch. Here at my job, if a vendor comes in and I can't figure something out, my boss can't figure it out, we get a vendor to come in and do it for us, and I'm with that vendor. I'm with them, and I am watching and seeing what we missed, because I want to know. Okay, so that's what it was that caused that. Okay, cool. So that's stored up here. That information is now in my brain. It's in my boss's brain. So we're going to use that information. So if this comes up again with another building on our location, we will have that problem fixed without having to call a vendor. And that saves company money, budget, and gets you more money at the end of the year. So think about that for a second. Let that sink in. And that knowledge that you just got from that vendor, that is yours forever. You can't put a price on that. That is something that you can never put a price on. There is no amount of money in the world that can make you lose that information, unless you get amnesia or Alzheimer's. And that's how it works with all this stuff here. I mean, it's crazy. No matter what it is, if we can't figure it out, then we'll have a vendor do it, and we'll watch them do it, and we'll figure it out through them, and vice versa. Share the knowledge. It's important to be knowledgeable. It's insane. So I hope you guys take this information. I hope you run with it. I hope you succeed. I hope you're successful at life. Do not, just because a boss is ahead of you, do not let them think that they're any better than you. Okay, they got up there. They got to where they are probably by kissing ass, to an extent. Come on now, let's be real. And the more you know, the more valuable you are. Simple as that. Well, I thought that was true until I worked at Cisco. I worked at Cisco for 6 months. 6 months, almost a year. I think it's like about six to 9 months. I was almost a year into Cisco, and COVID happened, and then they let me go instead of one of the guys that didn't know as much as me, which is fine. I don't care. But I got this job here, and I love it. But anyway, so until next time, YouTube, you guys take it easy. Be safe. Wash your hands. You know, even though this COVID stuff is crazy, just be safe. That's all I ask. And I'll talk to you all later. Please like, share, subscribe, and show it to a friend. Like, share this video to a friend or two. Ask them to share, and just share the information for this channel. I'm trying to get it off the ground. I'm trying to do more quality videos. Excuse me. And I'm really trying to do it. You know, I don't read none of this from a script. All this is off the top of my head, because I want to be genuine with you guys and gals, and I want to make sure that you guys are doing good. Until next time, y'all take it easy and have a blessed day.